Good. Are you on? I guess I am. Hello. Oh, I'm off in spaces. Okay, now I'm on everywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday. I am me. You are you. And in many ways, we are we. And I'm not going to be necessarily making coffee for you because I don't want to chance the hotel coffee. There's a decent enough coffee shop downstairs that gives me what I wanted. This is a cold brew in a paper cup. They put too much ice in it. It's okay. We're going to get through it. And I am not where I normally am ever. I am in Los Angeles, the city of angels. You know, it's just Christopher Lloyd's everywhere over here. And I'm here for a big week of wrestling. And I'm not going to say what the week is because I don't work for that company. And we're at war. And it's enough with this being friendly stuff. It's time to shape up or ship out. I guess if we're in the water or something. I will say this before I begin telling you what I did this week. Go watch the latest AEW with Bryan Danielson. These episodes go a few ways. You know, these people who go with the flow, they resist it, or me and the person discover at the same time what complete opposites we actually are. And I think this is one of those. The episode goes like this. It pulls and pulls and pulls on itself, like two opposing magnets, and you need to go watch it. One, because it's a wonderful examination of life and nature and the human body. And number two, because I'm pretty sure Danielson will never watch this episode because he's not one of these YouTube guys. I don't do things on my phone, this routine. So I think if we watch it enough, we could get him to watch it. I want other people to see it and say, hey, that was great. And then maybe he'll watch it. That's my strategy here. So yes, stop what you're doing and go watch it. Even if it's me, you can just stop it and put it on. It's totally fine. It will absolutely be the strangest thing you see this weekend. I assure you. So, oh yeah, underwear. I mean, you've seen this before. These ones, they're nice. They're jockeys. They got it's a little spandex here. There's a nice geo pattern, and you get the gist. And my voice is shot, obviously, because of the week. So let's talk about what I did. When did I get here? Well, I was in St. Louis for Dynamite. We did some haze. Renee was sick with food poisoning. What a shame. Maybe get a digestive enzyme. You know, we're worried about your health. So I did a pre-show with Lexi, who is fantastic. We'll keep her because her stomach is great. She's had no digestion issues. And then I did a hay, and I did some things behind the scenes that we were working on. And then I came here early in the morning. It was like a 6:30 a.m. flight. Got barely any sleep. And I did a wonderful podcast. I'm not going to tell you which podcast. Maybe it'll come out in a week or so. Speaking of podcasts, this week was a lot for me. Sorry if you don't like me, because this is a lot. I was on AEW Unrestricted with Aubrey and Alex Abrahantes, not Tony Schiavone, because Tony Schiavone, I don't think he likes me. And then I was also on Talk is Jericho. And we basically did an hour and 17-minute long AEW, dubbed Hey is Jericho. So if you want to see two assholes from Canada interact with each other, that's a good one too. So I got here, I did a podcast. I'm not going to say what it is or whom or why until it's out, but I will say I think it may have gotten me one step closer to Tony Shalhoub. And then after that, I appeared on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast live show. And it was a swell time. I called out Chelsea. Well, Matt called out Chelsea. I think Matt likes when I make fun of Chelsea because I think he's afraid of her. And I revealed that I was asked to be the understudy for Undertaker One Dead Man Show. And I did a scene from that, from Act 1. And if you haven't, that show is phenomenal. That's all I'm going to say. And then the next day was Ring of Honor. I was at Ring of Honor. It was an amazing time. I did some haze. There were plenty of people I saw backstage, including Mark Blutman, the producer of Boy Meets World, and So Little Time with the Olsen twins and Taylor Negron, who's not talked about enough. and wonderful comedian named Mike Anastasia and Adam Peacock and Sam Richardson. And they came backstage and they were very sweet and very happy and very appreciative to be there. I will say, wrestling-wise, that Ring of Honor show was the best thing I've seen this weekend. I just know everything about it. I also want to say, per my last week's AEW with Mark Briscoe, at the hotel bar, I ran into Mama Briscoe. And she looked at me and she went, "You're Hay." And I thought she was going to beat the shit out of me. But she actually hugged me. She was very sweet. So I'll put a pause on my week right now. Well, let's read some comments so I don't get too far behind. Midnight Cowboy said, "Good morning, RJ. My middle name is Lloyd, and yes, hide it." That's per the episode, which you'll have to see. Mikey G said, "Good morning. Excellent episode of Hey, one of my favorites." That's very sweet. I've already gotten messages from some wrestlers that it was their favorite too. Sean said, "The new Hey was great. For whatever reason, the Jim Brewer, he's subtle line killed me." Well, we all love Jim Brewer. When I think of nuance, when I think of pathos, I think of Jim Brewer. Leo said, I'm not going to say this, wrestling season, the best time of the year for wrestling fans, but also the worst time of the year for wrestling fans. It is exhausting being here. It really, really is. Amanda said, "Good morning, sir," and hello, friend. Zoel said, "Good morning, cult. I have to grocery shop, and thanks to today's AEW, I won't be able to walk past the produce aisle with a straight face. There's a lot of fruit talk, so I'm going to say." Pam said, "Good morning, everyone." Sean said, "Good morning." Pam said, "The new AEW had me cracking up so much, I will not see or eat an apple the same way." Again, the fruit. Amy Annette said, "Good morning." Mike said, "Are we on?" Good morning, everyone. Miss Sandy said, "Good morning." Kevin said, "Good Sunday. I've watched a ton of wrestling this weekend already, and it's not over, but the best shotting chaser is AEW and this." Nug said, "Hello." Nug is lost. He's in the chat, and he's lost, and he needs help. If anyone can help him. Decayan says, "Hola." Nail said, "Good morning." Jess said, "Good morning." Sierra said, "Good morning." Kendi said, "Good morning." Clarence said, "Hi, RJ." Let me go back because now I'm way far behind. Much better. Zoel said, "Give it to RJ to break AEW and that other company. Give it to RJ to break that AEW and that other company are at odds with each other." I'm the general here. You know what I mean? I'm Patton. I'm going to lead the troops into war. School as I said, "Your vegetable question made me cry with laughter." Again, I'm not going to spoil it, but I hope these reviews sell it to you. Candy said, "It's such a great episode." Rob said, "Nature versus technology. There is your new Odd Couple show." Leo said, "I found something worse than British child actors. Instagram accounts of child wrestling fans run by the parents. I've only seen like one or two of those, and they are very weird." Mia said, "Good morning." Miss Sandy said, "I'm going to assume that Bryan Danielson won't watch the Frasier reboot. That maybe I'll send him a DVD." Sean said, "There are two kinds of people. Those who sexualize fruit and have no knowledge of Frasier, and the rest of us." Now said, "I love that you mentioned little cult things on AEW, like duck penises." I mean, it's not pursuant to the cult. That's a life thing. Fred said, "Greetings and salutations, and send Renee another salad. Who knows what shape she'll be in this week." And I will be headed to the Long Island show at the UBS Arena. I'm very excited about that. My family's not coming. They just live in the area. Leo said, "Which wrestler has the most bitter and dull podcast?" Oh my God. That's a fantastic question. Bitter and dull. You know, I'll say this. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do the blacklist all over again. But there are wrestlers who have podcasts who you've never, like, just local to my immediate area who have podcasts. And it's like those ones that get very bitter. Neil said, "I'm a big fan of Miss Lexi. She was great." Amanda said, "Major Wrestling Figure Podcast was amazing. You were so incredible. I got to meet wonderful people." I'm sure it's streaming, available to watch somewhere. Pam heard both podcasts. So Sierra said, "There was so much RJ this past week. It's been a delight." Neil said, "The Undertaker scene was a mensch." Fred said, "Tucci sends his love." Manuel said, "Which AEW guests were fun to research?" Christopher Daniels, because they had just the longest spanning and weirdest career. It's like, oh my God, you did all these different things. And someone that I haven't even gotten to yet, Jerry Lynn. By far, I cannot tell you how long his career has spanned. He might be the only person who has Christopher Daniels beat in terms of working for like every major promotion ever. Rod said, did Allison Rosen come to the show? Allison Rosen did come to the show. So now I got to continue with my week. So we did Ring of Honor. And then after that, we went to Lady Barrica's Gay Young Classic. And there were plenty of people there. Matt Taven came. All the comedians came. Queen of the Ring was there. I finally met Queen of the Ring. And I did a scene from Undertaker One Dead Man Show. And then after that, we went, we stopped by another show. And I finally, for the first time, met Effie. He'd never met him before, which is so strange. And I met a bunch of wrestlers that I just never really met before. Good and bad. Some of them I didn't like, but what are you going to do? But yesterday, I've messed my week all up. But yesterday, I did do Allison Rosen's podcast, and I think it will come out next week. And we talk about the Ring of Honor show. Neil said, please tell me Mama Briscoe invited you to Delaware, to Sandy Fork, Delaware. No, but we talked about it. We talked about the legalities of calling the hometown that. Miss Annie said Taylor Negron was great. Thank you. Leo said, hey, RJ, good morning. Got to meet you at the Major Wrestling Figure Pocket. See, I met Leo. I met fucking Leo Lopez. Isn't that insane? Isn't this so weird what happens when you just get out in the world? Squirrel Squad said, good morning, everybody. I used to have a neighbor that seemed to be in an intimate relationship with a tree, and I believe they're called tree fuckers. I believe that's the term. Star something. This is somebody's name is just a star. Can we say this, hey, is your best match? He was about to tap out. Yeah, maybe he got annoyed with me. Leo said the wrestling company that makes BCAs did an April Fool saying they were making a dentist stamp bone cruncher. It would actually be amazing. Leo, this morning I sent that. I saw it and I sent it to Nug because I did think it was real. They're fucking lost. That's the one I would have bought. Idiots. Christine said, good morning, wrestling journalist. I asked the hard questions. Neil said, Dick Peni are life. Okay. School said, how do you manage to keep a straight face during the interviews? Because I'm here to get answers. Leo said, there's something about them. It feels like their parents are exploiting them. Wacky wrestling fans whose entire lives surround wrestling having children. A bad idea? Rob said, King Umberto is walkable from UBS. Holy shit. I'm going to be really close to everything. This is fantastic news. Millie Mazzui said, hey, W is the highlight of my Sundays. Well, it's because your Sundays aren't very good. Mia said, did you get your $10 yet? No, Chelsea's not. Oh, I'm at WrestleMania. I'm rolling in the dough. I think she's pinching pennies elsewhere. Fred said, are you ever going to get an RJ City action figure with underwear and coffee cup accessories? Last night, I met a guy who does all the merch for the Major Wrestling Figures podcast. And he was like, whatever you want, let me know. Midnight Cowboy said, hey, got me hyped for a mediocre match with RJ and the Tree Guy. Let's see what else is here. There we go. That's better. I'm going all over the place. Sean loves Lady Barrica. Miss Sandy said, Allison Rosen showed up to Ring of Honor on time. Yes, she did. I can't confirm. Leo said, what is your favorite part of Beyond the Mat? Some of it was a bit depressing. I was just talking about this to Dan Reichert, who I finally met last night from Giant Bomb. That was fantastic. Now I got to finish my week. So yesterday morning, I did Busted Open, and Bully Ray forced me to sit between him and Mark Henry. So I was very squished. I felt like I was in the middle of a panini press. And that was a lot. It was just four men insulting each other all at the same time. And then we did Allison Rosen's podcast. And then it was my honor to be at WrestleMania. Mickey James and Lisa Marie and SoCal Val put on this wonderful charity auction event. And it was hosted by Mick Foley. And the panel of this, which is insane, is Mickey, Lisa Marie, SoCal Val, Scorpio Sky, Chavo Guerrero, the Pope, Mick Foley, who hosted the whole thing, and me. It's nice to get the old crew back together again. So there was singing and storytelling and mirth and laughter, and I did a scene from Undertaker One Dead Man Show. And you know who was in the audience? Bryan Gewirtz. So if any of that dialogue shows up in Young Rock, we're going to have a problem. What is my favorite part of being on the mat? So, yes, after the show, I met a bunch of different people. Gabby was there, formerly of Busted Open. But Dan Reichert was there. And we talked about Beyond the Mat a lot. And I think my favorite part is the New Jack audition scene. Because those two casting directors are fucking amazing. Okay, it's over. He's got charisma. He's got sex appeal. I don't think he's a leading man. I don't think he's Denzel. I think he's Denzel's best friend. One of the best lines in movie history, as far as I'm concerned. Neil said, you met Effie. Are there pictures? I don't know if there are pictures. There's pictures with me and Allie Catch, who took those pictures and then didn't even post them anywhere. So I think she's ashamed of me. Probably because I made fun of her car. I'm figuring it out. Here, we got it. Here we go. SM said, I want to see pictures of you and Effie too. So tweet Effie. What the fuck do you want from me? Leo said, come to the UK. You can meet Leo Montfort. Positively, he said, why are so many shows this weekend? How are you not booked for Emo Fight? It's a natural fit. How the fuck is it a natural fit? So like shit music from the late 90s, I really do not care for. Rod said, what's the most sensual of all fruits, and why is it the star fruit? Please refer to my episode first. Christine said, did anyone get you with any good April Fool's tricks yesterday? No, because I was already doing enough ridiculous shit that I didn't need to swerve anyone. The things I was doing were joke-centered enough. SM said, I want to know if Don Callis is okay. I was there. I was in that room, and I left, and then all that stuff went down, and then I came back in, and I was like, what happened? And there was blood all over the floor. He bled so much that it looked fake. It was hard to be like, that's real blood, like a human bled that much immediately. And it was so brightly colored, because I guess where it is on his skull. And they were just like, everyone who was in the room who saw it just said, you could see his skull, you could see his brain. And I'm so happy I was not in the room. Relatively speaking, I think he's okay. Amanda said, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has amazing merch. Leo said an RJ Major Bendy would be awesome. So fucking ask them. Leo said, I feel bad for Coco Beware on Beyond the Mat. They did him dirty. He's okay. He's going to be fine. Fred said, I buy an RJ City action figure as long as it can roll its eyes for authenticity. Yes, when you pull the string on the back. Pam said, she heard me on Busted Open. Christine said, Dan Reichert's cluelessness on some topics is just mind-boggling. Oh, Lord. My favorite thing ever. Lisa Marie is like, oh, my God, quickly becoming one of my favorite people of all time. And she was like, you're so talented. You're so wonderful. Why aren't you, doing something like a show or something? I was like, Lisa, I do this AEW, just this show. Oh, and she had no idea. Oh my God, hold on. We have a request. I didn't even see it. From Nug. Hello? Hello?
Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Do you remember the Twilight Zone episode Night Call?
Hello.
The husband calls from the grave, and she picks up the phone and goes, hello.
Hello.
Because that's ghosts. You never hear a quick talking ghost.
Oh my God. It's never, because it's such an effort. You don't have a physical form, so you have to put all your power into making a noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was worried that you were doing so much that you didn't get the WrestleMania results from last night.
Oh my God. Can you give them to me, please?
Yeah. Okay. So the first match was a singles match. Coco Beware beat the Brooklyn Brawler in about 6 minutes.
Good. Okay.
Then it was a great tag team match. The Nasty Boys beat the Hart Foundation. And then the Texas Tornado beat Dino Bravo.
Yes.
In 3 minutes, which seemed unfair to Dino.
Right. But look, they get cut for time, and just Tornado's so powerful.
Well, yeah. You got to do that. And then British Bulldog beat the Warlord.
Great.
Which Slick would play more of a part, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they're very bulging.
Yeah. Okay. Two just giant men that can't really crane their necks around.
Yeah, and all the moves look different when they do them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Genichiro Tenryu and Koji Kaito beat Demolition.
Well, I don't know about that. Not in this country.
No. It seemed very odd to me. And also 4 minutes. You want more of a showcase for that match.
Yeah. Yeah, you want people to get to know them.
Unbelievable.
And that's it? That was the main?
Oh, no, the main was, right before the main, Virgil beat Ted DiBiase, which, like, finally, that great story, finally, dragging that out for, like, a year, and finally, Virgil beats Ted DiBiase. You know, disrespectful Ted DiBiase finally put out to pasture by Virgil. And, you know, Virgil's just going places after that.
Well, you know, it's amazing. I did see Ted DiBiase late last night in a fancy restaurant wearing an Adidas tracksuit. So maybe he lost some coin on that one.
He's now the $100 man.
Yes.
And then, of course, in the main last night, night one of WrestleMania, in the main event, the Mountie beat Tito Santana.
Great. You know, because for so long, the Mountie has just been, it just feels like a glass ceiling on him. You know what I mean?
Well, now he can finally get on. That gatekeeper, Tito Santana, is finally out of the way.
I always felt this, and now I can say it. Tito Santana is a piece of shit.
Hey, now.
He is. You know what? He is. He really is, because last time I did a show with him, he refused to take off his shirt.
Was that Kingston?
London.
Oh, London.
Yes. It was one of those wonderful Canadian towns that ends in O-N.
Hamilton.
Yes. Hey, speaking of, you know what was insane? So I do bust it open. I'm loitering with Dalton outside the building. And who do I run into? But why?
I think I saw a picture of it.
Yes. PJ Phil.
PJ Phil from YTV.
My childhood, I watched him every day, and now he's wrestling. Well, he did 6 matches, and now he hurt his arm.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah. You did the old 6, and you hurt it.
See, I stopped at 5 because I knew I'd get injured.
But it was also lovely seeing your friends, Adam and Sam Richardson, and they had very nice things to say about you.
Oh, that's very nice of them.
Yeah. And then we watched the ladder match where the horrible thing happened, and then we all felt really weird. Oh.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks for inviting me so I could watch a tragedy.
Yeah. Those top flight boys are very sweet.
Oh, they are. They're super nice guys, and it's a shame to see a graphic, horrifying injury happen to one of them.
Yes. And who else did I see last night? I saw D'Lo Brown last night, which is incredibly exciting. He looked good. I saw The Godfather last night. It was we ended up at like an Attitude Era hotel.
Was it Hotel X with like a spray painted X on it?
Yes. So listen, let me tell you about this. We stopped by this emo fight show, and so I was on the phone with this guy who was going to get me in, and he was like, use the side door, and he's like, actually, no, never mind, use the front. The guy's name is Eric Doodoo Head, because everyone in wrestling has stupid names.
Yes.
So I said okay, and then we were actually walking past the side door already. So, and it was already open, and there was a security guard there, and he's like, "Can I help you? Are you guys one of the wrestlers?" And I looked at him, and all I said was, "Eric Doodoo Head," and he thought I was mocking him.
Oh.
So he made us go around the front, and Dalton laughed so hard that he started crying.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
So, and have you watched the latest AEW?
I have watched the latest AEW. I was uncomfortable for you.
Yeah.
I just was watching and he like, oh, what am I getting into? Oh, I don't like this at all.
Yes. And but then I also didn't like it because, like, look, I have notes. I have things planned. I didn't prepare for a guy to not ever see Frazier before.
But I will say, shout out to your audience, your laugh track.
Yeah, they may have
provided some great humor.
That may have been one of my loudest background noise shows ever.
Unbelievable. I gotta say, one time I had a date, crushed me, and that's when the commercial came in on my feed. So it was like, one time I had a date, and then it was like trying to sell me Ozempic, and then it came back, and you were still staring at him. It was beautiful. Like, I know you don't plan that, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, it dawned on me because my grandmother used to say, I once had a date with a fig on Peach Street.
Oh, boy.
And she would say it as if it was like a fully formed joke. And you just look at you like, what do you want me to do?
So somehow you just always have that in your back pocket?
Yes.
For the occasion?
I do want to say, and you will have to see a video of it, people are raving about my performance of Undertaker One Dead Man Show.
Yes, I've only seen bits. Like, I've seen on Instagram you starting to get into it.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the time people have on their Instagram.
Well, I'm workshopping it. So at the drag show, I said, please no tips, because it is a workshop, and I didn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Well, it's an exhibition. It's not a competition. You shouldn't be paid.
Exactly. And it is going to take a lot for me internally to capture the spirit of the Undertaker, the essence.
Yes.
And I saw the one he just did in LA, and like, he's doing a full show in 90 minutes, and he's wearing his gloves. So, that's something I'm going to have to consider too.
Oh, what kind of gloves are you going to wear?
Yeah, the whole thing. I want something that is soft in my hands, or do I get his? Is it one of those things where it's like the Phantom, here's your mask?
And also, when you're workshopping, you don't want to lead with doing the voice right away, because that could ruin your throat for the rest of your performances. So do the whole thing I don't do the voice, because that's the last thing to happen.
Yeah.
And then you do all your bits. And then when you get it locked down, all the bits you're going to do, then throw the voice on.
Yeah. And I want to be prepared enough that I feel free to improvise if I want to.
Yes.
If I want to see the crowd and say, hey, what shirt are you wearing? That looks like an interesting statement. I want to be able to go there.
Well, you have to have that freedom.
Yeah, no. But anyway, do you have any plugs?
I don't have any plugs. I just want to say that for night 2 of WrestleMania, I'm really looking forward to Earthquake and Greg Valentine. And probably the Legion of Doom against Power and Glory.
If I had a hammer, and tonight we will.
Indeed.
When's the next Greek Town?
Oh God, there's talk of a May date. There's talk of June dates. We're still trying to lock things down.
Oh wow!
But we're having a lot of fun at Greek Town. A lot of fans. Some people in the chat come to the Greek Town shows, and it's great to be seen, and we have a ton of fun. You got to come back sometime.
Yeah,
I'm not saying next time. I'm saying sometime.
Sometime. Yeah, eventually. It's going to be like a Pokeroo thing.
Oh my God! So I have to leave.
Yes, and say, I just missed him.
I just missed him.
Yeah. So, all right, sounds good.
All right, enjoy your coffee.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, bye.
So that was Nug, obviously, and I'm way behind on the chat, which I'm going to get to. But also, I will say I had that wonderful Spaces disaster on Wednesday with Britt Baker and Adam Cole, and it sucks because everything was going well content-wise. I was excited for this. I was asking actual questions, and then the Wi-Fi didn't work 3 times in a row. It looked like a disaster. But I think it is something we will do again. So if you liked it, tell TBS. Nail said, I was too tired to stay up for WrestleMania. I'll catch it, except there's no time to catch up. I will try. It was just a really, really nice time. Isaiah Cross said, morning, good sir. Isaiah Cross is an upping and coming wonderful wrestler in Ontario. Go follow him. Go enjoy him. He has Nug stamp of approval, too. And if that means anything, I don't know what it means. Here we go. EJO said, fries or chips? Do you mean, what do I prefer? What do I prefer to say? I do not like fries. I love chips. The variety of flavors, I love them. There's no equivalent of like Cool Ranch fries. Do you know what I'm saying? And even when they try to put shit on them, it's not good. It's not fun. I don't like them. Chips all the way. Leo said, casting directors said he had charm. Those are 2 people who have no clue who New Jack is. I love them. Dick Watts said, hi, RJ. We have a couple of run-ins this week in LA, and you've been the highlight of my week. Thank you for being so great. Thank you. So nice meeting you. Outside of another hotel last night, I met an old woman from Phoenix who watches the show all the time, and it melted my heart. And we took a picture together, and I just realized I should have called her an old woman. That was really bad. I'm an apology. I'm apology. Oh my God. David Arquette with literally the flyby comment. I love you all. I'm on an airplane waiting to take off. David was around. He showed up at Busted Open. He has a picture with Tanahashi. Holy shit. I'm sure we will see him again too soon. Too soon. Leo said RJ doesn't give off emo vibes. Thank you. Miss Sandy said, what happened to Don Callis? Did he hit his head on a pipe or something after the punch? Yeah, I think he did. Like, as he was thrown, and I think he fell. Unless he was busted open by the punch. It happened so fast. It's insane. It's unbelievable. It looks like a video game. It looks like the old No Mercy when you get punched and you immediately have blood. It was so ridiculous. Miss Andy said, oh yeah, she literally just read that. Neil said, RJ, stop talking. Mike said, you have some history with Coco Beware, eh? Yes, I do, and he's used some flowery language in the past. Positively, he said, I'm emo in a Richard Lewis sense. Pogo said, the RJ City Variety Hour. Leo said, do you remember Tara bringing a spider to the ring in TNA? You must have hated that. Yes, and I remember specifically immediately scrolling past all those pictures. Neil said, I panicked, but it's Nug, so yay Nug. Yay Nug indeed. Isaiah said, Nug and RJ in the same live video. There will be shenanigans for sure. It was just good old-fashioned wrestling talk. Rod has a comment that I'm not even going to read. I don't want those words in my mouth. Sean said, Beetlejuice is a quick talking ghost. Are we really calling him a ghost? I will split hairs here. Are we really calling him a ghost in the traditional sense of the word? Philip said, good day. Hey, W with Bryan was brilliant. One of your best. Thank you. And I think it was one of his best performances, too. Jess said, I like the Twilight Zone episode with Buster Keaton. Oh, I have to go watch these things. Kendi said, oh my God, night call, where she has no idea who the caller is at first. You said never to call. Call me back. Mia said, seriously, if I was at the big show, I would have been there. I would have gone to the bathroom during the musical act and missed the Usos entrance. Okay, what do you want from me? T said, their hellos were the same. The Twilight Zone episode was RJ calling himself. Oh, we're all talking about that wonderful WrestleMania card that Nug talked about. Molly said, what the hell is going on? Fred said, my anxiety is rising due to RJ City's damn coffee. Thanks for that. And you can buy it at rootlesscoffee.com. Do so. Do so right now. Amanda said, what are your travel plans this week and for Easter? So today I'm kind of loitering around. I might be at WrestleCon. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to stop by. And I do have some work to do. But then I'm catching a red eye. And I'll be going to New York. And I'll be in New York probably until Thursday. Is that Easter? Is the week after Easter? And then I'll be with my family for Easter. I'll be an uncle for Easter. I'm gonna see more baby. Oh, let me show a nice baby picture. Look at me, the proud weird uncle. It's here somewhere. I'm gonna get it. Oh, look. Tell me if you can see if this child is Italian. Is that visible? Can you tell that that's an Italian baby? Jesus, it's so commercial. It makes me sick. Leo said, RJ hanging out with the 4 group on the character selection in No Mercy. God, I love No Mercy. So I was just looking into how to do a mod, but it was a lot. Positively, E said Cole Radrick was hot at the emo fight in Queens. I met Cole Radrick for the first time. I met Robert Martyr, a bunch of people on the indies. I met Charles Crowley last night, and it was nice talking to them. It's so weird. Oh, these people I met Mega Ran, all these Twitter people. It's so sweet. It's so nice. Leo said, I did a suck it chop to a security guard once. Little 5'4" yelling wanker. That's a British term. On an ego trip. Too stupid to join the police. That was really not a story. It was more of a brag, Leo. Mio said, RJ with the smooth facial hair. I'm seeing the dimples. I only have one because I was hit in the face as a child. Neil said, the date stare off made the best gift today and the huge foul. I mean, yeah, it is the horniest episode of Hey W yet. But horny in like the least fuckable way. Does that make any sense? It was real biological sex talk. I felt like my gym teacher was doing the sex ed class again. Rod said, is it difficult to transition from early Taker to the American badass version? You know, you put on the hat, you put on the bandana, and you go, this is going to be tough to do. Is my body up for it? And then you hear Kid Rock go, oh, and you're like, I'm back. It was just the natural evolution of that character. So it's not hard to do. Possibly, he said the Undertaker has OJ gloves. Not quite. Mia said, is RJ still in California? Yes, I just made that very clear. SM said, thinking about how much RJ probably agonizes and overthinks about choosing his outfits for events is one of my favorite things. It's difficult. Christine will be at the next Greek Town for sure. Fast Food Guido said, oh God, let me get here. I'm getting there. Hang in. Fast Food Guido said, you looked amazing on Friday night. Thanks for taking the time to snap a picture. Of course. It's so crazy to actually meet people. Miss Annie said, the space at this thing had lots of echo. We were in the same room. We all had the app on. What was the setup there? Yes. So technically speaking, it was perhaps could have been better designed, but we're doing that. So hang in there. I want to do that. There's other people in All Access, and I really want to interview other people like Ruby Soho, for example, who features prominently in the show. That would be nice. Isaiah Cross said, Nug sample approval is like a paperweight, depending on the people, and you are but a paper blowing in the breeze. Christine got gifted 5 memberships. Missy Blue Meanie, Queen of the Ring, who I saw 2 nights ago. Courtney Drucifer, that's so nice. Blue Meanie's not going to use his membership at all, but he's going to be touched all the same. Typo said, what's on the docket for your UBS show? I don't know. Maybe some hay, probably a pre-show, and then Lord knows what else. Christine said, Beetlejuice is the ghost with the most, babe, just for the record. Yeah, but the most, I think, puts him out of the category of being a ghost. Jess said, I think the episode is called Once Upon a Time. The one with Buster Keaton, the Twilight Zone with Buster Keaton. Thank you. Matt Sandy said, my docket for the UBS show is starting off at Belmont Hall and then going to the arena between 6 and 7. Leo said, is the baby your phone wallpaper? God, no. That's fucking weird. SM said, she loves pizza just as much as her Uncle RJ, which reminds me it's Sunday and I can fuck some shit up tonight. Leo said, RJ will set up an Instagram wrestling fan account just for the baby, the pizza baby. Blue Meanie said, good mania morning, folks. Good hay morning, Meanie. This is bullshit. Not talking about mania anymore. I work for the other side, pal, and we're at war. And the shots will be fired. I'm striking it from my lexicon. I've lost my place. Oh, no, I haven't. Amanda said, Bryan Danielson's always horny. He was a freak on Total Battle at some time, as he should. A lot of testosterone in that boy. And I mean that in a good way. Queen said, oh, hello to you. It was so lovely having a yelling conversation with you over music. Poe Girl said, we'll watch Hey W as soon as the chat ends. Poe Girl, you're going to love it. Miss Sandy said, Reminds Magazine most recent issue is about variety shows. They had a page dedicated to the Lawrence Welk show. I need to see this. Tracy said, I hope you guys do more interviews like that. Again, the issues aside, the content you got out of them was really interesting. We all felt the same. We all went, wow, this is really, really good. So we're going to iron the other shit out. We all liked it, so hang in there. It's so nice. Nell said, cheat day? Go on a date. You're throwing my own joke back at me. Tom said, showing a baby to 74 strangers is okay, but having them as a wallpaper is a bridge too far. Well, it's not my baby. Amanda said, my Effie order arrives tomorrow. Wrestling is gay shirt, and wrestling is my kink patch. And it is both for a lot of people. Leo said, if you do come to the UK to wrestle, get ready for supreme ugliness. Well, Tony said they should have more details about the UK stuff soon. He said it in the Ring of Honor press conference, which is nice. British wrestling audiences are very unique to look at, to put it nicely. That's the beauty of the bright lights, is that you don't really have to look at them. Jason said, fantastic. Hey, W, top 5 easily. That makes me so, so happy to hear. Queen said, where the hell is the coffee? What kind of show is this? Well, you fucking came late, Queens. It's right here. And I got it downstairs at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. LA time when it opened. I woke up at fucking... Let me tell you how important it is that I post about Hey W and people watch it. This is how important it is to me. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning today just to tweet that it was up. Okay? I cannot let that ball drop. You understand what I'm saying? And then Queen comes in, where's your coffee? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Leo said, do you think it's a bit creepy when wrestling fans... Yes. Make their social media profiles a picture of them and not very well-known women wrestler. Well, if it's like these role play things, like if I was a kid, the same way you would draw pictures of yourself wrestling with famous wrestlers, then I think it's that thing. It's technology. Shoot said MJF on Hey W would be an interesting watch. I will tell you this, and I don't know how it works because he's a busy guy and there's a lot of back channels and it's hard to get to him. An offer has been put out there. That's all I'll say. I don't know if he's ultimately interested or if he'll ultimately do it, but I am approaching. Jess said, Leo thinks I'm weird because my picture is a picture of me. Yes, very, very weird. Leo said, you might as well just post a picture of you and the lady at the post office. There's a tweet on the thing. Who is it? RJ City breaking down barriers with this AEW interview. Thank you, Jordan. And then he said, is Lexi better than Renee? Yes. Is she great? No. Is Renee really bad? Yes. And Jordan also said, RJ Hey City. Perhaps not my favorite nickname, but one that we will deal with nonetheless. Nails just said, this guy. Rod said, if 7 a.m. is the crack of dawn, what the hell is 4 a.m.? Fucking early. It's like farmer shit. This is my farm. Hey, W is I'm tilling the soil, FOMO said, Jesus, the stream is really up close. Well, I'm sitting. I don't have I'm in this hotel. You see my suitcase over here. Is there anything on the bed? I tried to make the bed a little. And I did my best. SM said, I don't think I could handle MJF being mean to RJ. Positively Isak, changing my display picture to Birthday Faye for you, RJ. Change it to Monster Ripper. Positively E. Nail said, I really don't want an MJF episode. This isn't about, it's about representing the roster in the best way we can and giving people that spotlight to do what they need. Leo said, shoot, I said, why is your profile picture the logo from Big Brother? Leo is he's a bit of a profile picture cop. Amanda said, I would be so nervous about it. Philip Welch said, are the folks who have watched all the Hey W's from the start the Hay Seeds? Well, we're past 50 episodes now. It is quite a catalog, and I can't wait for the box set to come out. Amanda said, at least your chair is sturdy. SM said, RJ is now an AEW ambassador. Yes, and they're getting me a sash. Leo said, MJF will be mean. I think I can meet him where he is and give him a little comfort and get behind. Is it a facade? We don't know. Let me find out. Let me tug on the mask. Rob said, I think RJ would verbally dance circles around MJF, so I have zero concern. It's about the person. It's not a tete-a-tete. I'm trying to paint a picture of humanity. T said, Penn Jillette says, he finds women condescending to him attractive. I feel like you might be the same. Somebody had said that to me a while ago. AJ, wonderful person host, criticized my pants, so I picked better ones. She said, I have a thing for older women who are frightening. And it is a good way to put it. Leo said, it's not weird to post the picture I took with RJ and then RJ reposting my picture and then me reposting the Yeah, don't fucking repost the repost. That shit is weird. You posted, I repost, we're done. This is Inception bullshit. Mia said, my screensaver is myself and Taven. I've seen so much Taven this week. Oh my God. Talk about a guy who wears gloves. Competent Woman said, my friend said that if RJ really cared about we the fans, you would give us Kenny on Hey W, please. Speak on that. Well, my chair is always open. And your friend should fucking realize it's up to the guest to actually come to the show and sit down. Do you understand that? Ask Kenny. You want to talk about how great he is, how much you love him. Pressure him into being on the show instead of pressuring me. My chair is empty. I'm willing to receive his backside. Pogirl said, so do old scary grandmas do it for you? Perhaps. Leo said, what if MJF as a person is even worse than the character he plays? Maybe he turns it down on TV. There is only one way to find out. Philip Welch said, after hearing you this past week's podcast, I went down a splat-a-lot rabbit hole, the abandoned set, and then the smash-a-lot rabbit holes. Do I have stories from those days? Yes, I do. A lot of them. A lot of them. Jess said, you can screenshot the repost and then save it for yourself instead. Exactly. Thank you. Nail said, RJ, you are so nice to fans of your show. I'm so nice to fans not of my show. They go, hello, how are you? And I go, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Philip said, elaborate. No. I tell them all the time, you're going to have to do some long-term watching here. They're all over my channel. You're going to have to do some digging. Leo said, no, I'm not. Why you always got to bring up these names, Leo? Rob said, I know you're awful at taking compliments, but you've been a highlight on everything we've seen you on this week, from pre-shows to appearances. Thank you. And I haven't wrestled once. Is that really necessary? That's how little the wrestling matters, at least when I do it. T said, I think RJ's ideal would be B. Arthur reincarnated into Dita Von Teese. I want, and you can all Google her. Gail Sondergaard. She's the top of my list. Okay, we have a scene request here. A dramatic reading, Torn, by Natalie Imbruglia. Oh, God. A dramatic reading. Great. Here we go. This is a good one. Get the coffee out for him. I thought I saw a man brought to life. He was warm. He came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man that I adored. You don't seem to know or seem to care what your heart is for. I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. Our conversations have run dry. That's what's going on. Nothing's fine. I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold. I am shamed. Lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late. I'm already torn. So I guess the fortune teller is right. I should have seen just what was there and not some holy light, but you crawled beneath my veins, and now I don't care. I have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There are just so many things that I can't touch. I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold. I'm shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake, and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're already a little late. I'm already torn. Torn. Okay, that's enough. We got it. I'm torn. This reminded me while I'm doing the dramatic reading, and this made me a little emotional, that Mick Foley was explaining to the people there who I was. And he said that the Broadway-inspired promo we did in Greektown was one of his top 5 favorite promos ever. And this is so sweet because it was so stupid and it means so much to me. And then I put a drag queen's high-heeled boot on him, but that's a story for another day. Positively E said, did you get Jerry Lynn on Hey W? I absolutely will. I wrote it, and when we can, he's the best. Lauren said, Splat-A-Lot, VH1, true Hollywood story about the cocaine-fueled set. Yeah, not quite. Positively E said, do Pat Buck next. I hear he has some stories. I think he's got some great suits. Allison Rosen is here, and if you want to hear me talk to Allison Rosen again, I guess next week it comes out, Allison. Plug your shit. Plug your own shit for a change. Yeah, there's a podcast, and you're gonna have a nice time. It was a long chat, and I was shamed by my social choices. I was shamed for my social choices, and yeah, she showed up on time. I showed up late. Doesn't often happen, but I did, and I was ashamed of it. It's not my fault. Dalton Castle's fault. Leo said, we have heard this one before. I told you about the interpretive dance a comedian named David Armand did to the song. Yes, you have. Rod said, almost done. Have a great Sunday, everyone. Leo said, and now I'm far behind. Leo said, there's even performance where Natalie joins him and dances with him. That's nice. Oh, Pogo with a lovely tribute. Thank you. Sean said, that's absolutely adorable. You're on the same list as Kane Dewey. Ali said, you made some interesting choices during Torn. Thank you. Well, like, the words move me in a certain direction. Who am I to deny it? Maureen said, get Leva on Hey W. So many people. Samoa Joe. Kenny. Hangman, the Bucks, Shida, Takeshita, Don Callis, Juice Robinson, Taya Valkyrie, MJF, as we had previously mentioned. And there's people who want to come back. Oh, Christine has a request for a hair shakeout. Well, it's easy to shake out because I have the band on right now. Does that work? Oh my God, I'm filthy right now. I look terrible. The lighting's terrible. My lips look red for some reason. Maybe it's just the lighting. There you go. Enjoy yourself. SM said, I really felt that lying naked on the floor line because in many ways I almost am. Kellen said, Ref Aubrey. Yes, we talked about doing a ref one too. Leo said, I don't know what happened to David Armand. Neither do I. Nail said, Prince Nana or I Riot. Obviously. Major said, Abaddon would be the ultimate guest for Hey W. She's also on the list. Amanda said, you look amazing. Rod said, Aubrey. Mike said, going through the list, everyone who has not been on Hey makes you realize the roster is freaking huge and it keeps growing. Pogirl said, interview Taya Valkyrie. Also on the list. No one is off the list. You understand what I'm saying? Thunder Rosa is on the list. Jon Moxley is on the list, a young up-and-comer. SM said, how dare you catch up to the chat? And I've taken so much time to speak today, too. Gregory said, Bryce would be a fun one. Leo said, I think Abaddon would be a very predictable guest. He asks her questions, and she dribbles like a goof. Somebody does not like Abaddon. SM said, anxiety rises. Maureen said, get Johnny Elite. The hell has he been? Amanda said, I'm headed to Squared Circle Expo this week, and I'm going to cosplay you for the contest. Enjoy people not knowing who you're cosplaying. Lauren said, interview yourself. It's a little cliche, don't you think? Mia said, you should do the Renee and Mox together. I have no interest in speaking to Renee again. Brandon said, there's a great Twilight Zone episode called Wordplay from the 1985 series that's worth a look. I definitely haven't seen that, so I will look at it. SM said, did you spend some time with David? Yes, and it took a sizable amount of momentum out of my life and career. Neil said, did you see Faye Jackson's performance last night? I was at the drag show that she was at, and she was, I almost gave her $20, even though I was on the show too. She was incredible. SM said, I'm sick of Renee. Jeff Mignalia said, you were great on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Live 2000. Thanks again for signing my friend's bag. So Jeff's friend was there and Jeff was not. And he was like, can you sign this bag for Jeff? And I signed it, Jeff, your loss. I should have it within the next week or so. That's adorable. Amanda said, Renee just got announced for the expo. And legit, I'm going to meet her. Just mentioned to render her. Also, somebody's been making some overtures about me going to the Toy Hio convention signing thing. I don't even know what the fuck I would sign. Leo said, when AEW comes to the UK, I'm so going to miss out on buying tickets, and I just know it. Sam Roberts, I finally met. Isn't this so weird? Me and Sam talking about good times. Queen said, someone threw $1 at you during your performance. Who was it? One person? That's sweet. Next time I will just, at the end, I will take off my pants. Because that seems to be the only way that people throw money during those shows. Jeff said, it really was my loss. I wish I was there. Amanda said, oh my God, if you're going to be at Toy Hio, I will freak. Well, stay tuned. Nothing's set, so relax. Neil said, Toy Hio with Ethan? Maybe House of Black should also be on the show. Leo said, the ticket website will crash or something. Positively E, just kind of a statement there. Renee's outfits are typically nice. Dear Lord, what are we doing here? Who else did I run into? There was some really nice people. Brian Myers, Brian Knobs. So many Bryans this week. It's really been a banner year for Bryans, wouldn't you say? And there's even more tweets? No, there's no more tweets. It just looks like there is. Son of a bitch. Pogirl said, tuck those bills in your G-string. Queen said, I almost threw $5 at you, but I was recording your set. Queen has the true valuable item. She has the entire performance on her phone. And she experienced it. Maureen said, those snake pants, though. Oh, enough with Renee's pants. Christine said, I was afraid I wouldn't get Forbidden Door 2 tickets. I have too many now. Christine's going to do a ticket giveaway. Gregory said, you're a toy guy? You, Danhausen, Smart Mark, and Charlie on the Ethan toy hunt. I'm doing work while that shit happens. I don't understand. Don't you understand? I have writing to do. I have preparations to do. I can't be wantonous. like Danhausen and just say, I'm going to buy this toy. Like, who gives a shit? Nell said, text Allie and see if she has the pictures of you with Effie. Why? I'll let them post them if it means that much. So Allie took them pictures and then didn't post them because she's ashamed. SM said, did you bring your gear to LA? Yes. I'm just going to throw it off a bridge. Amanda said, I too have the performance. Okay, Amanda has the performance too. Positively E said, who will you interview at Forbidden Door? Forgot about that. Toru Yano, I've been asking for forever. Minoru Suzuki, I've been asking for forever. Tanahashi? Okada? Miss Andy said, Sam Roberts told me he was jealous of my picture with Roddy Piper. The next time I saw him, he showed me a recent picture he took with Piper and Ric Flair just to one-up me. That is the ever-petty Sam Roberts. Nail said, RJ, this is monumental. Stop playing down you meeting Effie. It wasn't that spectacular. It was, hey, yeah. And that's it. Positively E said, RJ, I think you would have fit in at the DDT show with the rest of the blow-up dolls. I would like to interview a blow-up doll. I would be interested in that experience. What would they have to say? Courtney said, Effie rules. SM said, I need to see Effie and RJ pictures. Snap said, Maki Ito, please. Oh, Lord, please. Lulu Pencil. Emi Sakura. Shida, I mentioned. Nail said, best Effie impression ever. That's how he sounds all the time. And all he does is talk about, the big gay brunch. I'm so busy. I've had no, I'm not going to sleep. It's one of the few shows I never sleep. It's like you're throwing your own party, you know. Courtney said, I just got here, but I'm so pressed with you keeping up with the comments. I'm really, really on top of it today. Christine said, if the other Christine is giving away tickets to Forbidden Door, tomorrow's my birthday and the best reason to gift something. Well, I was being facetious. Nail said, Emi Sakura needs to do her interview sitting on a referee's knee. Allison Rosen said, we got to the bottom of RJ's hairstyles on Thursday's show. Yes, during the Ring of Honor pre-show, I had a different look, and I explained it. Also, whether what he said to someone was mortifying for them, and it was. I don't think so. We'll discuss my social interactions. You can hear them all this Thursday on Allison Rosen is your new best friend. In many ways, she's not, but the title remains. Positively E said, Yano came and watched Forbidden Door, then went home. It was so disappointing. I know. Could have just sat and talked to me for like 2 minutes. Christine could get a fortune for those tickets. Don't give them away. Tybo said, thank you, Allison, answering the questions people want to know. Christine said, I will now be known as the other Christine. Positively E said, Maki Ito is the queen of pissing shit. And if you want to watch and listen to the kings of talking about penises and horny fruits, watch the latest Hey W with Bryan Danielson. It's up everywhere. The show is available, which means YouTube. The link is everywhere, though. You're really, really going to enjoy it. I assure you. Enjoy it. Like it. Comment. Share it. Allison said, you're welcome. I'm the people's podcaster, and you know how much I love people. Joelle said, great program. I'm going to rewatch the latest Hey W for any more hidden Easter eggs. If you have watched it, do watch it again. It's layered. SM said, is your family going to have an Easter egg hunt for your niece? Nah, no. She can't walk. I'm not going to drag her around the house like an idiot. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So let's lay low for a couple years. Gregory said, ever blank a blank? I had. And I enjoyed it, but not in a way that made me feel comfortable when it was done. Christine said, no request this time. Just to thank you for improving my mood this morning. Oh, please. Stop it. We're all just having a nice time here. Mia said, thank you, Archie, for blessing us this morning. I'm trying my best. Nail said, everyone Google Geoduck. Watch the episode first. Let Bryan Danielson explain it to you first. Jeff said, it was like an RJ overload this week. I know. Have we oversaturated the market? Unrestricted, Major Wrestling Live 2000, Talk is Jericho, Dynamite, and Ring of Honor pre-shows, plus the Gay Young Classic, and Busted Open, and WrestleMania, and Hey W with Bryan, and this shit that's happening right now, which is why I'm going to leave. Go watch Hey W. Please, go share it and look and make it all nice. We'll get a final look at... Oh, did you hear that sound of me getting up from the chair? Are my legs red? Dear Lord, that hurt. That was painful. I'm so sorry. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless.